Okay, welcome back. This is the Happier, Kinder Vegan, aka Cody. And I talked in my last video about how I'm in the process of transitioning, and I want to do a couple of videos this morning about some things that are important when making that transition, some things that either you may or may not know about. And one of the big things is the transition, going from being an omnivore to being a vegan and not consuming animal products. And so what I would like to do first is to look at some examples of things that you probably have in your house that do not meet that standard or that criteria of what is and is not vegan. Okay, so first of all, when you're looking at ingredients, a lot of times the first place that you'll look if you're analyzing any type of ingredient is the very bottom of the ingredients list. And usually there's a section that's bolded that will say if something contains milk or if it contains nuts or soy, all types of different allergens. And that's a great place to look first. It's not the only place to look, but it's a great place to look first to see if it says contains milk, then you don't have to look through that whole list. You will know already that you can't purchase that or you can't eat that. So here's an example of that. This one you can see has a little note. It doesn't have the ingredients list listed, but it does say at the bottom in bold, allergens contains milk and almonds. So right off the bat, I know I can't have this. Okay, this is, and my clue should have been that it's Indian butter chicken. This is a flavor pack for flavoring meats or proteins and stewing them. So this automatically is out. And another example of something that has that note, something that makes me very sad that I can't have, is Coffee Mate. Now I have other things that I use in my coffee, and I'm going to do a whole video later this morning about what I put in my coffee, so that those of you who are also coffee fiends and like to have sweet, creamy things in your coffee, I'm going to show you what I've been using, and I'll also do a taste test of a couple of other things. But this one also, I'll show you the picture. It says at the very bottom, after all the ingredients in very bold, it says contains a milk derivative. So right now, right off the bat, I know I don't even need to look through the ingredients list. Now, if it didn't have that, I would still look at the ingredients, especially on a product like this that in my mind I know probably contains or could potentially contain something that has milk in it. I would look at it, look at the ingredients very closely. Now let's look at an example of something that is vegan. So this is a jar of pecan almond butter, or pecan, whichever floats your boat. And on the back, the ingredients for this are very short. Applesauce, which contains apples and water, sugar, pecans, and spices. And then it has the allergen contains tree nuts. So you might think because of this that it says apple butter, that it might have butter or some sort of butter derivative in it, but it's not. It's just it's an applesauce pecan spiced spread. So that makes the cut. That can stay. Another example of something that's very clean is this guacamole, holy guacamole, and there's no allergen notice on the bottom, but it does say the ingredients are pretty clean. Hass avocados, distilled vinegar, water, contains 2% or less of jalapeno peppers, dehydrated onion, salt, jalapeno pepper powder, dehydrated red bell peppers, and granulated garlic. So pretty clean overall. Nothing in there that would be anything to worry about. All vegan. Now maybe a couple of things that you didn't think of. We have Worcester sauce, and a lot of Worcester contains fish. So this one does. They have anchovies in them generally. as a flavor. You can get vegan versions, but this one is not. So this will not be staying in my fridge. So next I have an example and a non-example of two things that are the same brand, but one is vegan and one of them is actually marked as being vegan. And I own both of them. One of them was actually purchased by my mother, but I bought the vegan one. And this is a broth base. So this is broth base and seasoning, vegan chicken flavored. So a lot of times, if you get something that is supposed to be chicken flavored, a lot of times it will be vegan. And the thing that makes it chicken flavored is that they use herbs and spices that they would normally use on chicken, that gives it the taste or the feel of being a chicken flavored thing. For example, they would use celery, different spices, rosemary, garlic powder, parsley, other types of spices and powders. So this one is vegan. It's marked as vegan right there. There's no animal products in here, but here's the same brand, also chicken flavored broth base. And this one, it doesn't have an allergen warning at the bottom, but in it you can see it says chicken blend, and then in parentheses chicken fat and cooked chicken. So obviously that is not gonna cut it. Next, let's look at 2 loaves of bread. So we have Alaska Grains here in Alaska, which is a bread that I buy, obviously, and have bought in the past. Now there's, right at the bottom in bold, first place that my eyes go to because it's kind of a hacker, it contains milk. It says it right there, contains wheat, milk, soy. I don't need to look through the ingredients list, and it's a long ingredients list. I'm gonna save myself some time because I know that is not vegan. But now I have Dave's Killer Bread. Now Dave's Killer Bread, I know almost all of their products are vegan. They do have a honey bread of some sort. Maybe it's a honey wheat or a honey white, that is not vegan because of the honey, clearly. But this one is, I'm not going to go through all of the ingredients. A lot of it is just different type of wheat, seeds, grains, and a lot of the times when you get down to the bottom, it gets to the contains less than 2% of, and sometimes you'll find non-vegan items in there, but this one does not have anything in here that would be a worry, so we're good. It's Killer Bread because it's vegan. Next we have hot sauce. Now this one's unopened. I have a lot of opened ones in the fridge. Hot sauce is usually pretty short as far as ingredients go. Hot sauce is usually pretty safe. Tater tots are a favorite of mine, and they are basically potatoes, vegetable oil, clean. Usually if something is like just a vegetable or a fruit type product, then you're safe. These things you probably don't have in your fridge if you're transitioning, but you might have the non-vegan counterpart of these things. First one is chicken nuggets. Now, you want to be careful with Morningstar because not all of their products are vegan. They are not a vegan company. They are mostly a vegetarian company. They make meat alternatives, and a lot of the times their meat alternatives will contain milk or eggs. But they have these V signs now on the top of some of their packages. They have started making vegan products, probably because there is demand for it. And I'm sure they've been harassed by people who are asking them, why are you making meat replacements if a huge portion of the people who would be buying your meat replacements can't eat them? So smart business move on their end. And also we have the So Delicious dairy-free cashew milk double chocolate delight ice cream bars. These are vegan, and I did want to show you the vegan symbol. I have it in my intro, by the way. It's right here at the bottom. It's a heart with a V in it If you see that symbol, then that means that you are good to go. You don't need to go through the ingredients list. You can if you want to. I still do sometimes, because who knows if they'll find a mistake. Another thing that has that beautiful little V heart on the bottom, you can see there. This is So Delicious Dairy-Free Organic Creamer. I'm going to be doing a review of this in my next video. I'm going to be doing a review of this and a few other products, another of which is oat milk, which I have oat milk here. I have two oat milks. I have this one and I have an unsweetened vanilla oat milk of a different brand in my refrigerator as well. So what is the takeaway from this? I hope that the takeaway is that you have a lot of things already in your house that are vegan. You don't need to completely replace the items that are in your refrigerator and in your pantry and in your cabinets. A lot of it can stay. But do go through and look at a lot of the ingredients. I am going to show you an example of a website or a couple of websites that you can go to where you can check ingredients lists. There are some that are good for alcoholic beverages, checking the brands to see if they are vegan. A lot of them, I shouldn't say a lot of them, some of them use fish bladder to help filter the beer, and some of the companies have stopped doing that. And there's other websites where you can check, if you just type into Google a product's name with the word vegan, it will take you to a website that will tell you whether or not it is, if you don't know for sure. Also, going to restaurants, Google it. Type Taco Bell vegan options and see what it has, and a lot of times they will tell you how to order, what to ask for them to leave off, what you can add to things to make it more of a meal. So go through your pantries, look for things, keep your eye out for products such as casein. Casein is a milk byproduct. Some things will say milk byproduct on them. Don't get those. Confectioner's glaze is something that's on some candy, especially hard candies, jelly beans, things like that. That's a no-go. That is made out of bugs, actually. And gelatin, any types of gelatin, beeswax, honey, whey is something that you find in bread products and sweets, W-H-E-Y, not vegan. So keep your eye out for those types of things. As you're shopping, you're going to start to, probably the first few times you go, you're going to be pretty paranoid about checking the ingredients list. But as you find things that you're buying on a regular basis, and you're finding things that you're replacing other items in your diet with and in your pantry with, you will start to know that those items are vegan, and you won't have to check them as often or at all once you know that they're safe. Remember that if you mess up, it doesn't derail everything. It's not the end of the world. Just keep going, keep your head down, focus, and I am going to do a coffee creamer type video next. Remember to like and subscribe, and I believe that up here should be my face, and you can click that to subscribe to my channel. I will be putting up more videos every week about the transition that I'm going through to help hopefully inspire you and do this along with you. So I will see you later. Have a great day. Remember to be happy and to be kind. Bye.